Hey, Colleen, Scarecrow, 12B, Linda Horner. Good to see you in here. Don't let me forget anybody's name. Patricia Ann, glad to see you here. We might be freezing up tonight. I don't know. We came on 30 minutes early to go over some stuff, and we were freezing up pretty bad. But so if we start freezing up and stuff like that, y'all guys just let me know. Okay, thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. 12B, Georgia. Jeff B, my dear friend, how are you? I just want to gather a few people in here. We've got quite a few in here already, which is fantastic. And I just like to gather people in here and remind you to please hit the like button on your way in or your way out. And hey, Deidre, and comment, join in the chat. And that's what I like to see. I like to see everybody that's watching this stream to be in the chat and have something to say, because everybody's welcome here. And as long as nobody's a troublemaker, you're welcome to stay here. My PayPal information will be somewhere in the chat. But I have to thank Scarecrow 1776. And thank you, Jeff B. and Jerry Edwards. I've already called you out before, but I want you to know that I do appreciate those PayPal donations that I received this month. So thank you very much. All of you know that I don't ask or beg for donations. I never have. But actually, I'm in a very low place right now in my life. And it's not just because of my diagnosis. It's the fact that I live on a shoestring, and it's going to be almost impossible for me to pay my deductibles or buy meds, but God will provide my needs. And I'm sure of that. I know that without a doubt. So I'm still not asking you for money. But if you'd like to contribute and help me, get my meds and stuff like that, my name, I thank you, prayer warriors. And I thank you for calling my name to the one living God. And that's the God in heaven. So I thank you to my loyal subscribers and my loyal viewers. I'm grateful to you. Even more now than before. So might as well get into that here in a minute. We've got a few people in here. To be honest with you, I haven't felt like doing a whole lot of research today. I did do research, but I didn't feel like writing a script. So I'm going to be working off of my phone tonight. So just bear with me. I don't normally do that. Hello, Sam Reports, Jeff B. and Deidre Baker again. Thank y'all for coming. When I get 10 people in here, we'll get on some stuff. But most of you have heard I got not a very good diagnosis yesterday. And I've been telling John and Sam and everybody, I've been telling y'all how bad my back's been hurting for the last few months. And so I finally went to the doctor yesterday. And I diagnosed myself before I went in, and I told the doctor what the diagnosis was going to be. Pardon me for this squeaky chair. And then he ordered some tests. And when I came back, it was sort of funny, actually. When he came back, he looked at me and I says, well, he said, you're a pretty good doctor. He said, you're 100% right on with your diagnosis. But there's more. And the more was that I do have cancer in my left lung. He said it was about the size of a brick, but he said it has fingers growing off of it. And those fingers have grown into the front part of my ribs in the back. In other words, the ribs that are next to the lung, it's attached to them. So now it's in the bone. And he said it's probably going to spread further than that. So that's just what we're looking at. But Thursday, I go to a thoracic surgeon, and I'll actually find out what my options are. I know pretty much what they are. Do nothing, have surgery, chemo, and radiation. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I really don't. But I'm going to go Thursday, and I'm going to talk to this thoracic surgeon, and maybe he can tell me some things that I don't know for sure, and I can make a decision that's well informed. So you guys just hang with me. We're going to get through this. John, if you have a burning desire to get started with, I'd appreciate it.
Well,
so
Bobby,
if you've got something, bring it on, brother.
You're family to us, and we're all going to fight this with you. And
thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
We're all praying for you, and we'll get through this.
It's a little scary, but yeah, it helps to have friends.
Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of things going on. Some good, some bad.
Yeah.
The one thing that we'll start off with, I mean, everybody knows about that individual being killed by the cops for the way the cops handle things. That was totally wrong. Actually, that's a move that's not supposed to be used, but they use it anyways.
Yeah. Well, did you watch the video?
Yeah.
I did. I did as well, over and over and over. And the one thing that sticks in my mind about that, not the fact that he's sitting there grating his knee into this guy's neck into the asphalt. He's grinning from ear to ear when he stands up, knowing that this man was dead.
Yeah.
Already dead when the paramedics got there.
Well, he can grin ear to ear tonight when he sits in his cell. I mean, he's done.
Yeah, he's done. And so, and I hope they get those other three because they should have intervened. They know what is an appropriate action, and wasn't he already handcuffed?
Yes.
See, so that even makes it worse.
Yeah, there was no reason for him to be in that position with his knee on his neck like that, none whatsoever. But I mean, this is the problem. This is where they want to make sure that you're aware that they are the authority. I am God, hear me roar. Well, it's going to cost them, and it's costing them. This is going to cost a lot of cops.
Yeah.
And it's going to cost a lot of police departments and a lot of cruisers. But
TJ Antipas says protests in Minneapolis today look a lot more organized. I hadn't heard anything about them yet today. Just wanted to throw that at you, John. Go right ahead.
Some bad things are going to come from this. Some good things could come from this. Some bad things could come from this. One of the issues that I have is there's certain people out there that are never going to change no matter what you do. And this looting and burning just goes to show you it's the same thing. My personal opinion, stop supporting these people and put them in their own area. There is a lot of armed whites and also armed blacks that are protecting the stores. And what the talk is that the people that are doing the burning and the looting aren't even from that area once again. So where are they coming from? Let's see, where did they come from the last time and the time before that and the time before that?
I believe it starts with an S.
Yeah,
I think that, oh yeah, that's right. Chelsea Clinton's father-in-law.
Yeah, George Soros. So, I mean, it hasn't been confirmed, but I mean, we all know it is.
Yeah.
But the one thing I have gained from watching all this, it blows my mind that the governor there, his answer to this was to hand out masks to the rioters so nobody gets COVID-19. My city, my town is burning, my state is burning. Let's hand out masks because
we can't see their faces.
Yeah.
You don't want to see their faces. Hello, Liberty Smith. I got to jump in. Propus. Bunch of people jumping in here. Armed American Patriot. Benny Mabe. Let's see. 12B Georgia's in here. Sam reports. Deidre Baker. New York Outcast. Good you're here. Glad you're here. All right, Propus. I really love it when you're here, brother. I know you're over there across the pond and it's late. So thank you for being here. Glad you made it, Liberty Smith. Okay, go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Oh, that's okay.
Antipas, I forgot her. And Terry Chris. They're just popping in here, man. So
yeah, they are. That's good.
don't want to miss them. I don't want to miss them.
One thing that I've learned by watching this, and I think people ought to really watch it closely, they have no control over this situation.
None.
Okay. These groups, I mean, there's a few people. There's quite a few people. I'll give them that. But they're throwing rocks, bottles, and Molotov cocktails, and the government cannot control them. So it blows my mind that the government insists on screwing with the people that are so heavily armed. If you can't control them, you got a snowball's chance in hell of controlling us when the other shoe drops. You may want to think about that, people, and ease up on us, because when we start, you ain't got a chance in hell.
That's right.
It's sad, but I'm comfortably sitting back watching these riots going, they're so screwed. They don't even know what's coming for them.
Yeah.
So you demon rats and the cabal and you elites, yeah, you may want to rethink your game plan. What you're seeing there is nothing to what you're going to see to millions of heavily armed American people who are pissed off.
And it's all across the country, John.
Oh, yeah.
There's protests all across the country. And we were talking the other day, if you'll remember, we were saying, well, how are we going to all get together and unite? You know, because at the time there weren't any protests. But, man, since these protests have come up and people's got fed up, you know, and they're ready to stand up and be counted. And so I see now. I mean, we've got people in Minnesota, Illinois, Michigan,
New York,
Pennsylvania, New York,
L.A.
The blue cities is where they're rising up at.
There you go. Do you see? Do you see the pattern? It's the same pattern over and over and over again. Now, and the sad thing is for the people that actually live there, that aren't doing the rioting, that sucks for them. And I'm glad that they're heavily armed now. And like I said, I've watched videos of blacks and whites standing together, heavily armed, protecting stores. And, one guy, one of the interviews that I watched, the guy said, I live here. These scumbags don't. They're burning my town down.
And that's what they intend to do. They want to burn the town down. And because it's not them. Mindbender just said Atlanta is having a riot right now.
Really?
Because is it a riot, Mindbender, or is it a protest? But anyway, keep us posted, Mindbender. Let us know what it is. Because I'm working off my phone tonight and I can't double check it. So we'll keep us posted, Mindbender. If there's something going on in Atlanta, I'd like to know about it. But I'm looking forward to it. I hope I'm able to. Maybe if they have a organized protest somewhere here around Atlanta. They got one coming up in Carrollton, Georgia. But be honest with you, I don't know why they're putting it in Carrollton, because this is the truth now. Carrollton, Georgia, is full of nothing but rednecks, and it's all pretty much sprawling countryside and farms and stuff. And so where are they going to get all these people? They're going to have to bus them in, like you were saying.
So you take busloads of Black Lives Matter and you drop them in an area where it's full of rednecks, and what are you going to get?
A California critic, you're going to get trouble.
Absolutely. And what are they looking for? Oh, yeah, they got a huge protest. I'm watching it now. Holy crap. Protesters blocking the streets in downtown Atlanta.
Is it who's blocking the streets, us or them?
Blacks.
Oh, that's big.
Huge.
Oh, well, when you stop and look at Atlanta and the surrounding counties, I mean, man, it's
you know what? I wish they'd pan back on an aerial view so we could see where the buses are parked.
Believe me, if there's black folks, they didn't have to bus them in.
They're in front of the CNN building.
Yeah, that's right downtown.
Yeah, that's where they are. Well, hey, if that burned, well, it is what it is. I may even do a GoFundMe page for some fuel for them.
Mind Bender, that'd be
So-
great if you did that. Hey, Kate Rich, how you doing? California Critic again, welcome. American Mind Bender, yeah, do us a show later and show us fake news at work. I'll watch.
Absolutely.
Mariel, how are you doing? Glad you're here, everybody.
Yeah. California Critic, he brought up a good point, a powder keg for racial. You know the outside agitators? Because they're the ones that are out screaming, kill Whitey in Minnesota.
Hey, okay.
So once again, you guys, your mouths are writing checks that your ass can't cash, plain and simple.
Well,
you don't want to be talking about
this.
Killing a white man.
They better be good fighters, because I shoot my pistol like this.
Yeah, not sideways like this.
They shoot it like this. Good luck with that, my friend. Good luck with that aiming style. It doesn't work. Let me tell you, it doesn't work.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. It really is. So, I mean, what happened was wrong, completely wrong.
Sure.
Protesting is one thing. Burning the city down is just complete stupidity. You know what? You want to burn your city down?
Yeah.
That's fine. Put a fence around it. Put a fence completely around it, and good luck surviving.
Colleen O'Sullivan. Thank you, dear. Thank you very much for that kind PayPal donation. Thank you. I know it came from your heart, and I promise you it will be used for the things that I mentioned earlier. It'll be for my prescriptions and things like that to help me get through at least the initial phase, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you, Colleen. Hello, Cheshire Cat. Good to see you. I'll just keep coming in, and I hope you keep coming and staying. So what now we got in Minnesota? It seems like Minnesota and Michigan can't stay out of the news. I mean, that's a little funny. But now here we go in Minnesota now. This cop, this wasn't the first time he's done something like this.
No.
And what got me about the whole video was that grin he had on his face when he stood up. I'm going to say that over and over again. That was the one thing that really sealed his fate. I really believe that. But remember when you were kids? I know girls probably didn't do it, but boys always did. When they'd wrestle, they'd get on top of you, then they'd put their knees on your biceps, and they'd roll their knees on you. That's what he was doing to that guy's neck. And it was murder, plain out and out murder.
Absolutely was. Bobby, there was no reason for it. He was already cuffed.
Exactly. That's the whole thing. The man is already incapacitated.
Yeah. And like I said, that was a statement being made that I am God, hear me roar. You don't defy me.
Oh, yeah, but he's not God now, and I bet he ain't roaring in jail.
No.
He's going to have a rough road to hoe in jail.
Oh, he is. Oh, yes. They'll have to put him in solitary confinement.
Yeah, he can't go into population. They'll kill him.
No, they'll kill him.
Here's what gets me. Here's what gets me. Nothing has happened in Atlanta that I know of other than that thing a couple of weeks ago in Savannah. Why weren't they in the streets protesting about that? Because it didn't, it didn't suit the narrative, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
well, I mean, this is going to be.
Here you're going to have Black Lives Matters protesting all across America in all the cities over something that happened in Minnesota. Why don't they all get on a bus? Let Soros pay for it. Take all of their happy butts to Minnesota and just take over. Take over Minnesota. That's what you need to do. Leave us alone.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. Why are you in the capital city of my state, 30 miles from here, tearing my stuff up, our stuff up?
Absolutely.
That's what gets me.
California Critic, I agree with you. The cop made it personal. I agree. Yeah. Actually, I wrote something today about that supposedly that cop and him worked together at that bar that the victim had worked at one point. So they knew each other prior.
You're right, Cheshire.
So they probably had a falling out. Oh, something's going on. People are running like crazy here. Interesting. Yeah, it's bad. But this is the
Pardon me.
this that's okay, Bobby. This is the problem, folks. It's gotten so out of hand, and we're going to see more and more of this all the time. We really are. So
You're right, Armed American Patriot. He does need to be hung. He certainly does. Hey, Hidden, how you doing? I would say your second name, but I don't think I could say it and get it out right. Hidden. Well, that's a hard one. I can't say it. I can't even start to say that, Hidden. Glad you're here, man.
numismatis,
Yeah.
numismatis, I guess.
Oh, that's right. You're right, American Mind Mender. They did work together as security in a local bar, so they knew each other.
Right.
And you never know what might have transpired between the two of them at some time in the past. Oh, this is my opportunity to get you back.
Right. And he did.
Pay back.
But you know, like I said to you earlier, Bobby, the sad part about this is you have one guy dead, one guy going to prison, and the government and the elitists sitting back smirking, loving the violence and commotion that this is all causing. They thrive
it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse.
Absolutely. This is exactly what they want to see.
You let these riots. See, these are riots. These aren't protests. These are riots. They're coming in to do damage. Okay, that's the difference in a riot and a protest. A protest is peaceful. If you want to come in and start throwing Molotov cocktails, well, then it turns into a riot. Or you know, throwing something through the windows of the businesses there in downtown Atlanta. But I don't care because I don't ever go to Atlanta. I mean, I don't want people hurt. That's for sure. But if it's in Atlanta, it's going to be in a lot of other places, and it's only going to get worse. They're not going to lighten up. You let them hurt somebody in their riot or protest, whatever they want to call it. Let them hurt somebody now at this stage of the game, like maybe a white cop. Okay. Hell's going to break loose.
Oh yeah,
cops are going to be coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, well, they're going to call in the National Guard
to help the cops. Yeah,
they'll call in the National Guard at this point.
But the Guard won't be able to do it, so they'll have to call in the military.
Because you know what they're going to do? I bet you 10-1 they're going to use this as an excuse to go back into a complete lockdown. Think about it. They'll tell everybody to be in lockdown again until they can get this under control because it's all over the U.S., all over the major cities, all over the blue cities. Let's put it that way.
Let's see. Mindbender, Nashville, next Saturday. If it's next Saturday, I'll pick you up on the way there. If you want to go, I'll go up for the day, maybe stay the night, get a hotel room, stay the night, and come back the next morning. If you want to go, let me know. I'll do the driving and you can do the filming.
Yeah, we're definitely in crazy times, people. It's here. It really is.
Yes, it is.
California
critic. Go right ahead, John. Go right ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say celebrities calling for people to fight back.
Yep.
Of course they are.
Yep. Oh, they want it too. Listen, they all want to get the heat off of them.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I agree, California critic. This is an opportune time to institute martial law. You wait and see. Oh, they're trashing police cars now. They're destroying the police cars. Oh, yeah.
It's going to get ugly now. It's going to get ugly, my friends.
Smashing out the windows. They got a whole line of police cruisers they're destroying right now. So there you go.
Wow.
There'll be some dead bodies coming out of this before the night's over. Rest assured.
And I promise you, it'll go most of the night.
Now, why would you bring every crew? Go ahead.
They start bringing in the MRAPs and stuff and start using them. Then they might disperse. But if they don't go in there with force, I'm talking about the cops, they'll just get ran over.
Yeah.
They'll get ran slap over.
Yeah.
Because every one of them is going to say, well, I don't want to be the one to shoot a black guy. You know, I don't want to be drugged through the courts. And you know it would be. It's just going to turn into a war. It's going to turn into a war between the cops and the blacks. And there's a lot of black cops in Atlanta. So what are they going to do?
Yeah.
This is exciting to watch because it's coming, and it's coming on us quicker and quicker with the protest and with the riots and all this other stuff. So mark my word, John and I and Sam and many others have said for the last little while that this kind of stuff is coming to our cities and our towns, and now it's there.
Yeah,
it's there.
The only thing I don't understand, they probably trashed 20 police cars already, but there's not one cop in any of the cars. Where the hell are the cops?
They're inside, hiding.
Unbelievable.
They're
so there goes
what they do here in Atlanta when they have a riot like this is they walk away and let them destroy whatever they're going to destroy.
That's
and
what
then
they're doing.
Come in afterwards and clean it up.
Unbelievable.
They just say, okay, guys, go home, go to the station, go wherever. We're not getting in the middle of this.
Here they come. Holy crap.
Cops are coming.
Oh, there's a huge crew of them, and they're shoving people.
Well, I told you, and that they're shields and helmets, right?
Yeah, it's going to get ugly quick.
That's what I was getting to. They'll have to call out the SWAT units or something like that before these cops will show their face. And evidently, they're getting ready to show their face.
Oh, they're already making arrests. They're thumping people.
Amen. Wow. Get them, boys. Do your job.
It's here. It's here, people. This is what I said was coming. It's here. It really is. So it's nuts. A couple other things I want to talk about. One good note is Trump came out today and said that we are no longer funding the WHO. We're done.
I hope he does.
So, Armed American Patriot.
Uh-huh.
I have said that many times. Could this be an attempt to remove the police and bring in the military? Yep. I have said that many times that this was what was coming. They were going to bring in federal law enforcement.
That's what it's all about.
It's here. Yes, it is.
I've said it. You've said it. Sam said it. We've all said it. American Mindbender. Everybody. And we know it. It's not like they're going to pull this on us and we're going to be surprised. You better be prepared for it.
Yeah. Stay out of the cities, people, unless you plan on fighting. I'm telling you right now. Oh, this is getting into the cops have made it up to their destroyed cruisers, and they're just knocking people around. They're thumping everybody. It's gonna get ugly. God, I miss those days. Sorry.
Yeah,
I should be paying attention to the computer. I'm sorry, guys, but that brings back memories back from the 80s when we were fighting the gangs.
Well, that brings back memories for me as I had to come in and put them in my ambulance and take them to Grady.
Yeah, clean up our mess.
Yeah, what you left dead and dying on the street.
But here it is, people. I mean, it's happening. It really is. And you can rest assured that there's funding behind this.
Hey there, Mr. Crab. Really glad you're here, brother. Hope you hang out and stay a while. Anybody Absolutely. That's a friend of Mike, American Mindbender, is definitely a friend of mine. Anything else, John? I know you got.
All right. Well, we talked about the Trump terminating a relationship with the WHO, and then of course we got the Minnesota governor giving out masks because God forbid he doesn't want any of these rioters to get the COVID. We talked about this last week. It's not here; it's China, but Pizza Hut and Kentucky Fried Chicken to sell Beyond Meat products to restaurants in China. So there's your fake meat, people. It's in China. It hasn't come here yet, but it will.
Oh yeah, and it's going to. Okay, we were talking about this. I can get my phone to flip over the other way. I don't know what's the matter with it. It ain't wanting to flip for me. Now, I'll tell you what, nothing works for me here lately. Let me try.
Oh, that's the way it's been here.
Yeah, auto rotate. Okay. We'll see if I can pull it up. But keep talking for a couple of minutes, John, until I see if I can get this. For some reason, it ain't letting me look at it right.
This is what's coming, people. So it may be more than just the government we're fighting against. Just keep that in mind.
Oh, well, I'll just have to read it sideways if I can.
California Critic, Beyond Meat, is that undercover for cat and dog? Hey, actually, California Critic, 2 of the products that are going to be in that meat is what they use in dog food.
I'm not surprised.
Believe it or
not. I'm not surprised if it's dog meat.
Very well could be.
I'll tell you, my friends, and I've told my mother and I've told everybody that I get to listen to me, don't buy any meat. If you buy meat right now, you're buying garbage. You're buying poison, and you're buying chemicals, and there's no meat in it. I read an article yesterday about McDonald's, Wendy's. Can you believe Wendy's? They're supposed to have the 100% beef. Burger King's supposed to have 100% Angus. No.
Yeah. There's
not even beef in it anymore.
Well, they got away with that because of the round table. They got to, all it takes is a small amount of American beef to be considered American. Hang on. Jerry Edwards, where are you watching? Cali or no? Jerry, it's Atlanta. They're rioting in Atlanta.
Well, you want to, let's see. Mindbender, you want to drive on down and we'll just go on down to Atlanta and we'll get some film. We can wear our masks so they won't know who we are.
An Impossible Burger? What the hell?
You're right, really. Nambia meat. That's where it's coming from.
Yes, Nambia.
It's coming from the African state of Nambia. And have you ever seen an African cow? You ever seen that rack of bones standing there, with the skin just hanging off the bones? That's what we're eating.
Yeah.
Come on, people. We've got some good fatted cows that's been butchered in the field and covered over with dirt because, Purdue says we need to do that. Well, answer me this. Why in the world do we need to kill off all the beef, pork, chicken, eggs, and milk? Why do we have to kill all that stuff off? Oh, because
the same reason
the COVID-19 hoax virus.
Yeah.
They had
that's exactly what it was.
They had no proof of anything.
Yeah.
The only proof
Watch and
had.
see.
Go ahead.
Watch and see now with these riots going on. COVID will just disappear.
Exactly. That's the way they do it.
Wait and see.
Yeah.
Because the numbers were starting to run low, so they had to come up with something for excitement.
Another red flag.
Another red flag.
Yeah.
Distraction after
I'm not
distraction.
saying that people ain't going to get hurt this time. See, that's where they're messing up, John. They're messing up really bad because not just the blacks and the rednecks, and I consider myself a redneck, and the white supremacists that we are. It's not just about us. The news and the police and them doing it the way they're doing it, they're bringing in everybody. It's not just those who are willing to fight and defend, pardon the pun, but they're bringing in people that all they want to do is cause anarchy. They want to cause trouble. They want to break the laws. They want to loot. They want to burn stuff down, tear stuff up because they're mad at Whitey. Well, wait a minute.
Yep.
Why are you so mad at Whitey? I mean, especially this Whitey. I ain't done nothing to you. But I guarantee you this. I don't care what color you are. You come on my door, on my porch, and you are threatening in any way, you're getting a good
Yep.
taste of a Shockwave 12 gauge shotgun. And that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tolerate.
This, Bobby, once again, you know what it is. And you can almost tell this was going to be happening because look at everybody's doing their podcast. Everybody's speaking their mind. We're speaking our mind blatantly, flat out threatening these dirtbags. They know what's coming. They need a distraction.
Yeah.
And when they need a distraction, the first thing they do is start throwing out the race card again. And here we are. Here we are. So they figure if the whites are fighting against the blacks, then they can continue on with their agenda.
Sure.
Ain't happening. Ain't happening. If groups want to fight them, go ahead. The rest of us are going around the group and heading right for you people. You're not doing this ever.
We're not going to be suckered into these red flag scenarios that you are going to be throwing up at us. We're going to keep our eye on the prize, and that is you.
Absolutely.
What do you always say, John?
Lead, follow, or get the hell out of my way. It's going to be.
Remember who did this to you.
Absolutely. Remember who did this to you. Absolutely.
Remember.
Oh, they got something big burning down there now.
All right, I got my phone fixed. I restarted it. Oh, yeah, what they got burning?
Looks like they're burning the cruisers.
Well, there were shots fired at the Colorado State Capitol during a protest over this George Floyd character, and everything getting killed there. So, says several shots were fired near the Colorado Capitol building Thursday evening, where hundreds of people gathered to march and protest against the death of George Floyd, a black man who was killed while in police custody in Minneapolis earlier this week. See, and that's happening all across the country.
Yeah. Well,
they can be organized. If they can be organized, we damn sure, pardon my French, we need to get organized.
Yeah.
We need to have the capabilities of calling up people to arms. And then it's up to them if they show up or not. But we need the ability to get the word out when it's time for the word to get out.
Yeah. Philip, I think it's going to be Atlanta tonight, an armed American patriot. That's what we talked about in the beginning. These guys can't handle this that's going on. They don't have a chance in hell of handling us when we start. And like I said, I keep saying it's going to be brutal and it's going to be without remorse when we step up. It seriously is. It's sad, but it's almost comical because we're sitting back. These guys are starting to do some of our work for us.
Exactly.
I mean, they're burning the cruisers right now. They just rolled in the MRAPs.
Yeah.
So
let's see if they get pretty bad here in the next little while. So, I've got to mention this about everybody's favorite pedophile, creepy Uncle pedophile, Uncle Joe Biden. He said that he welcomes Chinese intrusions into all levels of U.S. government, classrooms, laboratories, athletic fields, and boardrooms. Now, did you just hear what I said? He's welcoming China into all levels of government, classrooms, laboratories, athletic fields, and boardrooms. He's given America to Chinese. He's just continuing what Hillary would have done.
Yes.
Of course, she would have gave him the VIP bathroom key. But yeah, can you believe that?
Well, it just goes to show where their mindset is. Like we've talked about, we've said it. They are going to continue pushing their agenda until we push back. These guys, the politicians are sitting back laughing because this doesn't affect them. This affects law enforcement. They still think that they're untouchable. Well, the time is coming where they're not going to be untouchable, and they don't have enough people to protect them.
That's a fact.
Absolutely, Scarecrow. Joe Biden paid by China.
I'll tell you, it's all about China. It's always been about China. China has never once relinquished any kind of hold or any kind of intelligence that they ever had on America. Just like Feinstein. Look at her chauffeur for over 20 years was a spy for China. And what do we hear about that? What do we hear about that? Oh, she didn't know anything about it. 20 years and she never knew anything about it.
Just a simple mistake. Didn't get the memo.
I never get it. There you go, though. You know, we do it, we hang. They do it, they get promoted.
Listen, it's simple. They're all scumbags and they're all going to be removed. That's it.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
When the time comes, they're all going down. So if you want to save yourself, start running now, demon rats and cabal. Just a word of advice. Because we're coming. What you're watching now on TV is nothing compared to what's coming. You have pissed us off beyond belief, and we're coming.
Thank you there, TJ Antipas. It says corporate governments are a foreign military occupier of our lands. If the need for militias to step up arises, rules of war will come into play. But it's going to be rules of a different kind of war. You know, we're not going to go out on the battlefield. It's not going to be done with jet planes. They may use those against us. I don't know. But it's going to be a terrible thing. It's going to be it's going to be a war that we cannot get away from. I mean, it's going to come to us. There's going to be those that run, and that's why I keep asking that same old question. Who is going to stand and who is going to run when the call comes to stand? I hope the Lord lets me live long enough to make some kind of difference, to keep bringing this information to them that we bring, John and Sam and Armed American Patriot and the rest of you. Yeah, we've got to keep bringing this stuff, telling the truth, letting people hear it, even if they don't believe it.
Yeah.
Believe me, as things start transpiring, they're going to say, oh, I heard John or I heard Sam say something about that a week or so ago, and now here it is. And that's what we're seeing with the riots and protests. You and I and Sam said this was going to happen weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know, we knew the protest was coming. We just didn't know what would facilitate it. But I knew it couldn't last, that peace could not last long.
No, we were saying it was going to be a matter of weeks. Listen, like I said last week, and it's still the same. Down here in my county in Florida, you can't buy a gun or a bullet. You can't find one for sale anywheres. And I haven't seen the cops out in days, literally.
Yeah, exactly.
So for people who sit back and say, well, the cops will save me. No, they won't. And no, they don't have to. And we've discussed this more than once.
They do not. They do not swear to protect and serve. That is not what they swear to.
So get ready, folks. Game is on. Grab your ball and bat and get ready. So
yeah, and don't grab your ball and bat and go home. Stand firm, stand strong. And I'll tell you, I said, I just hope and pray I have enough time left here on this earth to where I can make some kind of difference. I want to go to some rallies. I want to go to some protests. I want to do some things, and that's what I'd like to do, is to stay on top of this stuff, because somebody's got to stay on top of it. You know as well as I do, John, you, Sam, and California Critic, and everybody else in here that has content. At least not for me. It don't just come out of the top of my head. I have to actually get down, do the research, and I read a lot of articles that I just trash can it. But you got to read it to know if it applies. So I'm grateful, and I appreciate everybody that does content videos. So I'm patting myself on the back a little bit, but
absolutely. I'm sorry, Philip Turner says, and if someone yells "get down," don't start dancing. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah, don't start dancing. Yeah, don't start dancing. Dance,
Yeah,
dance.
Yeah, the cops will hunker down in place and stand by. You're right. But like we said, this is the thing. We already see, well, they must be shooting rubber bullets or something. Everybody's fleeing now. They see now that they can't handle these small groups. And that's what I'm talking about. When the time comes, they don't have a chance. God dang it.
Bless your heart, Jerry. Bless your heart. Call me sometime. Campfire PMA. Hello, how you doing? Glad you're here. Well, thank you, Linda. It's either smile or cry. It's a lot easier to smile.
Absolutely. And we're behind you, Bobby.
Oh, I know.
I'm with you.
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it.
And
me and the good Lord had a long talk last night. Before, after I had the diagnosis, before I went to bed, we had a long talk. And I'm cool. I'm okay.
Listen, I truly believe, Bobby, you'll be seeing some of this. And if not, well, I'll come down here and we'll start raising some hell.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, and I gotta finish figuring out who I'm gonna give all my stuff to. So yeah, you know what you're getting. So
well, you don't have to do that, and I will.
I will make you pay postage though, because it'll probably be $100 postage. I figured
I was gonna take a ride up and see you. Are you kidding me?
Well, that's cool. I'll meet you in not Gainesville, but Tallahassee or somewhere. That way you don't have to do all the drive. Cool. Yeah, we'll do that. And if you don't think I will, just ask American Mindbender. I went up to his house the other day. I had a great time up there with him. I hope to do some more of that before it gets too crazy around here. But let's see my phone. Let's see if it fixed itself. Yeah, it did. Okay.
Hey, did you see what Armed American Patriot said?
What's that?
My father beat stage 4, bro. You can.
Well,
my father beat stage 4.
I'll be honest with you. If it was just lung cancer, I would go along. I would say, yeah, I'm going to fight this thing, and I'm going to defeat it, even if they had to take the whole lung. But it's already into my ribs. It's already into my bones, and from there, he already told me that yesterday that it's going to spread if they don't do something pretty quick. So we'll see what's happening. So, but keep me in your prayers. That's all I ask. Just keep me in your prayers when you pray that whatever this cancer is going to do to my life, we'll accept it as God's will, because I know you people are going to be praying. Oh yeah, we had a anti-lockdown protester now calling for Dems to die. I meant to talk about this the other night. This guy, he's the head of the Cowboys for Trump. He's riding down the middle of Pennsylvania Avenue with his guns and his his flag and his lasso. That's pretty cool. But we need to look, be able to see stuff like that it gives you a little bit of a laugh, but know that it's a serious thing that he's doing. He's standing out there all alone on the streets of D.C. protesting all by himself. But then you got people like what we have in our government now, and there's nothing that we can do. It says Minneapolis rioters breached the police station, live stream from inside the building as it goes up in flames. So they're doing this all over the country. Atlanta, somewhere in Colorado, They didn't say the town. Protests in New York City erupt in violence, more than 70 arrested. Police officers injured. So see, it's all over the same thing. And by George, they need to be protesting over that, but they don't need to be burning police cars, and they don't need to be doing the things they're doing. You know, they need to just. Can anybody ever peacefully protest? You know,
No, they don't know how to. They don't know how to. That's why I say, stop funding these people and put them in their own area. See how long they last.
Yeah, you know, it don't matter. They're going to keep doing what they've always done. You know, when I was a kid, we didn't have to worry about that kind of stuff. You know, if we wanted to protest back in 1970 or 1969 or 71, well, we just all went somewhere together and smoked a bunch of pot and had a quiet sit-in, you know, protest. You've heard of sit-ins before.
Absolutely.
And yeah,
Absolutely.
we used to go, you know, by the hundreds, and we'd just go somewhere and just sit down. And then they'd have to pick us up one by one and take us off of the steps. So I only did that a time or two, but it was fun. And the cops didn't really, they sort of laughed through the whole thing because as they were dragging us off, we were holding tight together, you know, and they're trying to pull us apart. But it was a different time and different place back then.
They got a list here of Hollywood actors that are donating to the Minnesota Freedom Fund. It's to raise bail money for all the looters that have been caught. One of them, go figure, is Patton Oswalt, that little pedophile, the one who likes playing with little boys' dinkies. That scumbag. Why is he still breathing?
And what was his name?
Patton Oswalt.
Okay.
He's the one that in his Twitter account, he even said he enjoys playing when little boys play with him. Yeah. Unbelievable. It's a sick world. It really is. But we got to remember all these people and who's doing this and who agrees with them and handle it accordingly.
Yep. Yes, it does. And that's all we can do is handle it accordingly because they're going to throw anything and everything that they can throw at us that they have no backing for what they're going to be throwing at us. They're going to be throwing stuff at us willy-nilly without really having a true game plan on this whole situation. You didn't tell me to turn that down when I got bright. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Phil C. Oswald is
changing that much. Yeah, he is.
What
He's
a sick bastard. Says Ruby.
Absolutely. He's a pedophile. An admitted pedophile.
That's right.
He even says it on his own.
That's the type I'm going for as well when the time comes.
Absolutely.
Amen,
I am with you on that.
Yeah.
And those are the ones armed. Those are the ones when I say it's going to be brutal and without remorse, those are the ones. Yeah. It's not going to be quick for them, but it's going to be brutal.
Sure is. It's going to be very brutal. And it's going to be unrelenting, and it's going to be no mercy.
I want them to know what it feels like to suffer like they did to all the little kids that they did.
Yep.
So
yeah, Lord, there isn't a sentence bad enough for them. There really isn't.
No.
Nothing in the world can replace the innocence or the life of that child. A child is ruined forever by these pedophiles.
Yep.
You know, you hear these women coming up now in the Me Too movement about how horrible and how bad it was to have to go through, you know, being groped or raped or, you know, being assaulted. Yeah. But imagine if you're a 5-year-old little kid and they're doing that. You know, at least if you're a woman, you have enough brain power, and you should, anyway, to know what's happening. All this little girl knows is that she's being attacked, viciously attacked. And it has to be vicious. Or these men, I don't even call them men, these scum pieces of crap. You know, they don't need to be taken down to the police station and put in jail and bond out. Or if you're in some places, you don't even have to bond out. They just let you go. No.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's why they're releasing all these pedophiles into our neighborhoods now. Pedophilia is money. In California, for over a year now, they've been teaching in the 9th grade that pedophilia is a natural sexual orientation.
Well, that's why they're pushing it. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They're pushing it. They're wanting this. They're wanting this legal.
Yeah. It ain't happening. We're not going to allow it.
Murder and assault of little children. But it's okay for these damn rats. It's okay. They're just kids.
That's right.
They'll get over it.
That's all right. They're all going to pay the price. Trust me.
Amen.
Listen, they've lost control right here. This just, to me, is the green flag to start raising some hell. Plain and simple. It really is.
God bless you, Mario. God bless you for anyone has to go through that. So you exactly know what I'm talking about. Mario said that she went through an attack by a cop when she was 13.
That pisses me off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, Bobby, you know the situation I went through when I was in law enforcement, and it's reasons like that.
Yeah.
That I'll have absolutely no mercy on these people when the time comes.
That's right.
None. Yeah. You know, when you get to see it firsthand.
Well,
you know,
I would like one day, if you're ever comfortable enough with it, I'd like for you to tell that story someday, and people will have a totally different concept of fight and defend after that. So I'm not going to push you, and I'm not going to ask you, but I hope that someday you feel the need to put it out there.
It's a hard one. You know, I still wake up in the night with her in my, seeing her like it was yesterday.
Well, I'm grateful that you told me that you trusted me enough with that. And I'm not going to say anything more about it, but it does affect you when you have these kind of circumstances just thrown in your face and you have to deal with it.
Yeah. And then you see scumbags like, Patton Oswalt out there raising money to get these looters and stuff out of jail. It's crazy.
No, I didn't see that, California Critic. He says that 7 people were shot while at a rally for Breonna Taylor. That. Okay.
Yeah.
I caught it. Yeah, it is ridiculous.
It's going to be all over, guys. I'm telling you, it's the pot is boiled over. It's here.
Yes, it is. John, do you have anything left that you want to get out? Because I'm gonna end this right at an hour. It's about as long as my back can stand it.
Do what you got to do, Bobby.
So I'm gonna keep on coming as long as I can. I'm gonna do my hour, and when I feel better, I'll do more than an hour. But thank y'all guys for coming. All of you, California Critic, Linda Horner, American Armed Patriot, 12B Georgia. Sam Reports, Scarecrow, Linda Horner, Eldon Gomels, Liberty Smith, LSN, Kate Rich, Linda Horner, Phil C, Jerry Edwards, Marielle, Jerry Edwards again, Rui, thank you for being here. I can't go all the way back to the top. That's as far as it lets me go. But people, thank you for being here. I'm grateful. And it means a lot to me. So y'all just keep hanging in there. We'll be back Sunday evening at 7:30 with special guest. California Critic's going to be there. And I'm going to try to talk him into bringing the hobo with him when he comes, but he may not. If you ever see the hobo, you'll love him. So anyway, Sunday night, California Critic, Fighting, Defending Myself, will be here at 7:30. Lord willing, I'm going to try to do a Bible study Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. So until then, I want to say thank you. Thank you, John. Thank everybody in the chat.
Thank you, Bobby.
All right, no problem, brother. I love all of you.
You get some rest.
Oh, I'm going to. No, don't worry about that.
Take it easy and relax.
All right. All right, guys. I love you.
We'll keep you posted, Bobby.
All right, brother. I'll keep you posted, and y'all keep me posted, too. God bless.
Absolutely.
I'll see y'all. I'll see you Sunday morning at 11 o'clock.
Night, night.
Good night, y'all.
Night all.